is up, my friends? My name is Echo Through Me, and today I'm here to talk about the Golem post 824 update. I had my buddy Jimbo Slice come down to the clan. He is a huge fan of the Golem. He plays a Golem deck all of the time, so I figured who better to come down to the clan than Jimbo to share some of his replays after this recent buff that just happened. Now, before we get into any more details, guys, I want to take a moment, say thanks for coming down to the channel and spending some time with me today. I really do appreciate it, guys. Hopefully, if you're new here, you end up subscribing or throwing a like up for the video. I would appreciate it if that ends up happening. So, looking at this activity log and the new balance that was live on 824, the Golem, his hit and death damage were increased by 5%, and hit points were increased by 1%. So this is a small buff, but, you know, it's going to let them do a little bit more damage when they're on that tower, and, 5% more damage when they actually die, explode, and do that splash damage surrounding them. So Jimbo came down here, and he shared 3 replays with us, and we're going to go through all 3 of them and just kind of see how well the Golem works. Now, having a Golem deck, we have Jimbo right here on the bottom, working his way up. He's actually playing against a level 9, so he's playing against someone that's a little bit lower than him, but let's see how it works. Anyways, using the Golem deck, you know that you're not going to be playing the Golem too many times during the gameplay just because of the cost of the Golem. With it costing 8 elixir just to play your Golem, you can't throw them out too many times in the game just because there's not enough time to build that elixir to play that card. So, most of these matches you're going to see the Golem only 1 or 2 times, and that's when he really builds up his push and, puts together something that's going to take down a tower or 2. All right, so let's call this as we see it. We have some guards and minions on the left-hand side. We have some barbarians on the right-hand side, and some barbarians pushing the left. Couple of strikes in the tower, nothing to write home about. That bomb tower is going to cause a problem, as we could see, as they always do. A witch is played on the left-hand lane as a defensive card versus the musketeer, but the opponent poisons the witch. One of the witch's weaknesses there is she's very vulnerable to poison, and she's taken out, and they get a few hit points off that tower as well. Now, a lot of this deck has to do with patience. Use that collector, build up your elixir, build up that push, throw the Golem, get the opponent off guard. Most of the time the opponent's not going to know you have a Golem because you're going to wait until later in the match to play it. And then when they finally see it in the end, you catch them off guard, and that Golem will get to the tower, more often than not. Now, I'm saying this with a little experience. Not that I don't try the Golem, but I am god-awful with using the Golem. And the Golem is one of my favorite cards in the game. I think it's such a unique card. I think the way that the card looks, the way that the card plays, is awesome. It's just I don't know if I don't have the patience or just the skill. Not sure what it is, but I struggle to use a Golem in this game. Clash of Clans, different story. But Clash Royale, the Golem and we don't work so well together. All right, so they're pushing with a hog and with spear gobs down the left-hand lane, and he drops his Golem on the right, a level 4 Golem. Nice high-level Golem right there, guys, and this is going to be a huge push. He's building up that elixir. He's going to throw, it looks, a princess behind to take care of, well, he was hoping it would take care of that bomb tower, but in reality, it did not, and that, it was targeting that knight that was running down the left-hand lane. So they have a knight beating on his tower. The Golem is going to get some death damage here, and it's going to take out that tower, and it splits his way. And now it looks like he's got to get another Golem down that lane. But look at this push, even without the Golem was just as distraction. And look at that push he had down the right-hand lane. The Golem didn't even make it to the tower, and it distracted the guy's troops so much. We have a 1-minute overtime. Minions are throwing that hog in the right-hand lane. Poison spell dropped. Good poison spell. It poisoned the minions, the tower, and the collector. Golem is played down deep in the left-hand lane, and he's going to build up everything that he needs to take care of that left-hand tower right now. A couple of guards are running in front. Bomb tower. As we know, the bomb tower will cause a problem. All right, they're pushing with the goblins and the hog rider, and a poison spell. He drops his barbarians right there. Nice defense against the hog rider incoming. They're going to go after that musketeer, and the The bomb tower's down, and that golem is on the tower. So is the witch. Skeletons will be popping out momentarily. They didn't even have to. The princess was behind. Nice, strong push, and an oops from the opponent. Nice deal right there, man. I mean, I'm telling you, it's all about the patience. And I think the golem was played 3 or 4 times, actually, in that match with an overtime. But nice job. We're jumping into replay number 2. And Jimbo, again, is on the bottom. It's a level 10 versus a level 10 this time. And let's see. Both seem very excited about this match right now. And looks like they're in the legendary arena as well. All right, Jimbo starting out with his witch behind the king's tower. His opponent's very sad about that. Ice Wizard and the Bomber are played by the opponent to counter that witch that's incoming. Couple of minions played deep. I think it's just to get rid of some elixir as he wants to start building up a push. But that is going to take, well, it's going to take out nothing with that zap spell. Good zap spell right there. Now they're going to get a good push right here. Those arrows took out the princess. They got a nice push on that tower. They get some decent hit points off. Probably about 600 hit points taken off that tower. Barbarians are pushing, but that Ice Wizard is going to slow them down. The towers are going to mess them up along the way. The good splash damage by that Ice Wizard. Very strong card in my opinion for the low elixir cost. And again, they have a Ice Wizard. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Ice Wizard Bomber behind their giant right there. Minions are thrown on top just to take out those troops behind, which it doesn't happen. And now here, look at this push. Big push right here. It's going, looks like it's going to take down that tower. The guards are in to try and save the tower, but they don't get there in time. All right. Again, down 1 tower to nothing, just like we saw in the first match there. And the guards are finally getting to the tower. The opponent is using a fireball just to try and get rid of some of that elixir advantage there, which is important. When you're playing a golem card, you need to get that elixir advantage. All right, now he's thinking, let me scare this guy, really get him off, and put this golem a little prematurely there. And the hog goes straight for the king's tower, does not go where he's supposed to go, which is going to hurt his opponent right here. The witch is going to be played behind. Minions on top of that Ice Wizard and that Bomber. Barbarians should probably go. Where are they? Where are they? On top of that giant. But looks like he's not going to even do that. He's just going for the push. He's just going for the push, and he has the minions on top of the tower, the golem on top of the tower, barbarians behind, the witch behind, the guard behind that. Look at that push. Powerful push right there, guys. And is he going to drop another golem in before the end of this match? I'm not sure. He's got his golemite and a barbarian on that tower, and that's it. Okay. He throws his golem right in front of the king's tower right there. Oh, look at this push by the opponent. You have a hog rider coming in and the giant. I'm drawing a blank again. I'm sorry, guys. It's late. It's been a long day. But I really do know the names of these troops. I promise you that. All right, look at this push. A golem, a witch, and the minions down the left-hand lane. The opponent has no choice but to defend against this. And he's hoping. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He lost that one. Look at how close that was. So, okay, we have a highlight, but you know what? You don't win them all, guys, and that was one where he did not get the win, but, I mean, he had that tower down. His push was legit on that left-hand lane, and that's why that was worth showing. Nice play by the opponent. He really countered that deck well. So, we have one more, and this one is going to be a victory. And you know what's funny? Yeah, he wrote that was so close on that one right there. He told me not to hit the info button. He did not want me to preview these, and he did not want me to let anyone know, and if it was going to be a win or a loss. That was actually pretty cool. I was not expecting that to be a loss down that left-hand lane right there. But exciting round, even though we did not come out with the victory with that golem deck right there. So he looked more like me in that case with a loss on his belt. All right, so this one is a good one. He says something about a strong push, which makes me believe that that golem is going to be a legit tank for some troops behind. Let's see how he does it. The princess was just arrowed by the opponent. Minions incoming. But they're just going to be taken out by the tower and by that musketeer. Barbarians pushing the right-hand lane. Level 10 barbs. It's a good, nice right there. And the guards in front. Nice play. And the barbarians are going to be beating up on that giant. The witch is played to take care of that giant as well. She's using her splash damage, which isn't even necessary. And those skellies. The poison spells dropped on the witch, which, as we mentioned earlier, is a nightmare for her. 2 level 4 witches going at it. The tower is going to take over right now. And Zap spell was used. They took his tower down to 1900. It seems like every round, Jimbo starts a little bit low and starts with his, he's getting beaten. His tower's getting chipped away at, but then he gets one of those huge pushes in the end as the elixir builds and gets that nice golem push. So far, guys, are you seeing much of a change in the way that the golem plays and the strength of the golem? I personally am not. I have messed around with the golem a little bit since this update, and I didn't find, or I didn't feel much of a difference in the golem. Who knows? I mean, there was a change. I mean, they're not lying to us here, but it was a pretty small change, and it's pretty difficult to feel. Now, maybe someone like Jimbo, who always plays a golem deck, will feel it more than I would, but, I didn't see a huge change. And as we're seeing here, it's not like the golem is running up to that tower and beating it down. It's not OP. It's not really getting to the tower and taking anything down itself. It needs those support troops built up behind to really be effective. And I believe that's what we're going to be seeing soon, my friends. Double elixir, that means it's golem time. And there's the golem in the right-hand lane. And he's got everything ready to be built up right behind. So he's going to let the golem take its time, work its way up. There's the witch. Probably one of the main cards that'll be played behind the golem. The princess as well. And then the barbarians, which are at this point, the skeletons, the barbarians, the witch, princess are all going to get rid of that giant. Guards are behind the golem. Princess gets one shot of splash damage to all those troops that are trying to combat the golem. And look at this push. The push is going to take out that skeleton army so quickly. And here's the push. The golem is eating the arrows from that tower, and then everything else just melts that tower so quickly. It's just a beautiful thing. And again, guys, I have a hard time playing these decks where I will actually build up a huge army and then get to a tower. I'm more of a speed deck kind of guy where I chip away at a tower throughout a match to eventually come out with the win. But it always is so cool to watch something tank its way all the way down and then take out the tower. So let's give Jimbo a little spotlight right here. Let's look at his profile. So he's sitting at 29, almost 3,000 cups. He's in Arena 9. He's doing a pretty good job here. 1349 wins, 444 3-crown wins. His highest trophies were 3133. And he's done some work in some tournaments as well. And there's the deck right there, guys. It costs 4.3. It's got the guard, the barbarians, the princess, the minions, the witch, the collector, the zap, and the golem that we've been talking about all of this time. So guys, I want to know what you think. Is the golem deck, is it becoming more legit? I mean, the golem is an awesome troop, but it's really not often used. Do you think it's got, more legitimacy to it right now that it's gotten this buff? Or is the golem still a troop that's going to be forgotten, not really used much, and is everyone going to stick to their trifecta or their minor? And as you know, guys, one day ago, yesterday, I posted a video just like this showing minor footage right after the update and talking about discussing how the minor was affected by its nerf in the latest update. So, this is just another take on it, looking at the golem, and that's what it is. So I want to know in the comments, guys, do you use a golem, or is the golem a wasted troop? I'm getting the feeling most of you guys are going to say you do not use the golem. I personally don't use him very much myself, but he's still one of my favorites. A lot of it is because of the look and the idea around what he can do. And what he offers an army if he actually gets that push. But, that's just me. So, guys, if you don't know me, again, I'm Echo Through Me, and I'm here every single day with Clash of Clans and Clash Royale content for you. I hope that you guys subscribe and like, and I hope I see you back again tomorrow, my friends. Until then, be good.